Okay, with the creative team of the duet, we have Gica, who is the director. We have Karyante, who's the producer, and we have Christine, who is the star and also the writer of the film, right?
Carrie was the writer.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
wrote it.
Gary was the writer. I have
Yeah.
it on. I have Christina on the writer on the film Freeway, but we can create.
Um,
So she created the story, and I
You
wrote
created the
the actual
story.
script.
You wrote the
yeah.
full script. Okay, so
Yes.
perfect. You guys are the creative. So and Jika is the director. So tell me
Yes.
about. Okay, so let's talk about writing the script. Let's talk about writing the idea. Where did that come from the two of you?
So I brought this idea to Carrie. I've never written a script and I knew that she knew how to write one and I had all these ideas that I actually put on a notes app and I didn't know how to like organize this. So I was like, Carrie, like I have this um story about these two artists that are like struggling within themselves and within their craft, like, but I don't know how to organize it into an effective story. So then we had a lot of meetings and we changed the story a lot. Um and yeah, she definitely taught me how to think as a writer because for the longest time I was being stubborn and I kept being like I kept thinking as an actor like oh no like they'll figure it out. I'm like when I'm
Yeah.
like on shooty do it or like we'll figure it out like we'll figure the story as we go. But she really taught me that as a writer you need to know everything about each character and the story and like the why of what they want.
And then you helped her kind of like massage the script and make sure that all the pop plot points are there and everything is beginning, middle, and end.
Yeah,
Exactly. I
yeah.
mean, as a director,
She had the story, and she had the characters. You
Yeah.
know, the story was there, but it was like, okay, but we need to know this, we need to know that. And like she said, she was like, no, Carrie, they'll figure it out. No, Carrie, they'll figure it out. And
Yeah.
it's like, Tina, we gotta no, we gotta build the story. There's layers, there's levels, we gotta
Yeah.
make something. So yeah, we put it together and I wrote it out for her and she was like, oh, this is fantastic. This is
Mhm.
yeah.
So, Christina, thematically, what are you trying to say with this idea? What are we trying to say with this film? Now it's a film, but it was an idea in your head.
Uh-huh.
What was your kind of impression? What were you trying to do?
So when I first thought of the story and brought it to Carrie, it was really about how I was feeling at the time. I was feeling very lost in who I was and what I wanted. And I just felt very constrained with my insecurities and like not feeling good enough for this career.
Yeah.
So I guess I wanted to show this story to other artists who might feel this way, or like other young adults that feel this way that are trying to figure out who they are as people.
Gotcha. And also to show your talents as an actor and as a dancer as well, I guess, right?
Yeah, yeah,
That's a nice bonus, right?
yeah. It was nice to show that too.
And then when did Jika, when did you come aboard the project?
and sorry, I could carry in the middle of the way. I came aboard when the script was done, so I had like an easier time, like to just, like also like figured out the characters, like and how they behave with themselves. So kind of like direct this crew, not only like the story, but also like the technical part of it. So what things do we need? How do we perform this? How do you guys want to make it done? Like because I told Christina I've been in a similar situation before doing Saudade. I produced, I had the idea. I had a friend who helped me write it, that it was Constantine. And we put it up and we had a director that was helping us, like with logistics as well. So I changed spots, so it was very nice to be, the director this time and, telling Christina things that like, maybe I wish I heard, or maybe, like could be different, but at the same time, repeating things that I know it works as well, because it was a process that I was very proud of, at the end of the day. So, yeah, I mean, when it was done, I edited with Marco, who did Project Lost at Sea with me. And it was just very nice to create like a symbolic film, and also like another silent movie that we had similar people in the crew. So the same person that did the light, it was the gaffer, is
Yeah.
Misha. Misha did the gaffing for this one as well. So they feel pretty connected, like, and it's all about the idea of like failing, or like, like falling down and picking yourself up back again. And I think that it was very relatable too, anybody that would watch, like it's a simple, delicate piece, it's 5 minutes short.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Let's talk to me about the music. Was the music like original music from the violinist?
yes, is the same composer as we had in Saudade.
Okay.
So it feels, like it feels like a kind of like a vein of the same thing, like of the same pod, you
Yeah.
know. It's like a plate from the same restaurant. It's those movies. And he's Brazilian. He's also my friend, and we've been working together. And this time we're doing under the Dragon Spirits production company. That is me as a director, Marco as an editor, and Hideki as or Alexandre Tagava as the composer. So that's the little group that I have, like to be able to fulfill like stories like this.
Gotcha. So what did you guys, so then you guys kind of like enjoy the Christina and Carrie, you guys like the music? You like the kind of tone that was in the script that you wrote?
I thought the music was perfect.
Yeah.
I think he really represented what these characters were feeling and the feel of the whole film. Um, when we first were practicing the choreography, I was practicing with a Billie Eilish song. And I was thinking like, oh, like, but maybe like the choreography should be whatever the song that he would make. But then Jika told me that it would come after and that he would fit whatever the choreography looked like. And I thought it was really cool seeing that all come together.
And did you did the choreography yourself?
So the choreographer was Elena Nicholson.
Okay.
She's really good at choreographing.
Yeah, it's a really great dance. And yeah, like so did you guys kind of imagine the kind of like I guess you the kind of like dream setting, I guess, kind of like we're not in reality, I guess, right? We're kind of in this theater kind of dream-like setting.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think Jika helped me see that when she was doing the storyboard of like how we are in this dream setting and kind of like we're in their minds or like we're in like the music box, like how that ballerina
Yeah,
is. Yeah.
yeah. So Carrie, you kind of put that you I guess you produced it, you kind of brought everything together, you kind of found the team, I guess.
Yeah, I Christina needed someone to help her produce it.
Yeah.
So, like exactly what you said, put it together. So she introduced me to Gica. We got Gica on board, and Gica brought her whole crew, and that was pretty much how it was really simple, honestly. We just put everything together, and Gica has a lot of connections and everything, so we used her resources and stuff, and we made a beautiful picture out of it.
And tell us about the violinist. Is it Andres?
Yes. Yes. Andres, me and Chica actually went to school with him to an acting school in LA. He's a really great actor, and we thought that he was the perfect choice for this character. Just the way that he can, I can't think of the word, like bring that character out
Yeah.
onto the
Yeah.
screen. And I remember I spoke with him after he did his part in the film, and I asked him like, how are you feeling? Like how do you feel about this character, this story? And he told me that he really felt it, like the feeling of being frustrated when working on your craft. And I was like, that's perfect. Like that's what I wanted. Like that's
Yeah.
the reaction I wanted.
So
Um,
he's a violinist, right?
um,
He's not.
He's
no.
not a violinist.
No. I mean, if you pay attention, like close attention
Okay.
to the movie, I must say he's not playing with like the whole thing. Like, of course, like the soundtrack came after, but
Yeah.
um, no, he doesn't play.
Because I was
He
wondering if
the
someone who's a violinist, can they tell that it's not matching what he's playing in the song in the song?
you can tell sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes we like it was an experimental movie. At the end of the day, like I did a lot of work with Marco to try to like hide that or even just like put it into like a fantasy world because
Yeah.
the idea actually the first thing that they wanted was a piano. And then for logistics wise, we thought, well, we're looking for another actor before Andres that would fit more into like, like a someone who plays the piano. But then when we've had Andres on board, we thought, well, maybe he doesn't play the piano, he plays the violin. I don't know, Andres like kind of like got me the idea of like you're not a, like you're a violinist, like that's what you do. You play like a violin. Um,
He looks like a
And
violinist.
he told me like, yeah,
Yeah.
you
He said he looks like
you
one. He
are.
looks like a violinist. He looks
He
like
looks
somebody, like if I go to the symphony, he looks like a violinist, like someone who's playing the
yeah,
violin. Yeah.
Yeah.
he sells that idea, but he
Yeah.
doesn't play.
Yeah. So I like
Actor.
the idea of the violinist and the dancer in creativity and like kind of getting your craft, because those are very meticulous kind of choices as an artist to make, right? Where like you have to work every day at it. You gotta like, as a violinist, you gotta practice every day. As a dancer, you gotta like, it's a grind, right? It's not just like I'm a good dancer, I'm gonna start dancing. It's like a
Yeah.
very like 10,000 hour kind of rule, kind of meticulous like craft, right? So during that process, you must have doubts, one would assume, right? As a dancer.
Like, what do you mean? Sorry.
No, like, because you're like, what I'm trying to say is that you, to be a great dancer that you are, it takes time, right?
Oh, yes. Yes, definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't know that Christina could dance like that. And before we brought Elena on because she was busy doing other things, I helped choreograph the beginning of it. And I taught it to Christina and she got it. And I was like, oh, I'm so proud of her. I didn't know she could do this. And she learned it really fast. And she was like, Carrie, I've been practicing. I got it. I got it. I showed it to Elena and now we're adding to it. It's great. I'm like, yay. She worked really hard though. She
Oh
did.
Yeah.
yeah, it was definitely a process. Elena really taught me a lot on how of core. It was all about core. She was like,
Yeah.
I need you to use your core. And it was a lot of like practicing every day when I can. Like we would go to public gyms to practice here in LA. Or
Yeah.
whenever I was back home at my family's house, I would practice in their garage. I was like, I need to get this dance. And it made me really respect the art, the craft of dancing.
Yeah.
And yeah, I really liked the experience.
So talk to me about like the costume and kind of the overall kind of look of the film.
The
You
costume, yeah. At first we had the ballerina's dress as pink, or is it
Yeah.
black or pink?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then Jika mentioned that what if we put her as a white dress? Like
Yeah.
it kind of gives off that dreamy feeling and also maybe like bring that innocence to her. That even though like she's stuck in that box and in her ways, she still has that beauty within her. And kind of give that contrast, like with Andres, he wore like a darker blue suit, and then with the ballerina, she was more like bright and white.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So Jika, what about the rest of like the production design, art direction, kind of like putting it all together? Because I
Well,
see you have the light, even like you're using a light in the actual
yeah.
shot too, right?
So the studio is it was from a really good friend of mine. Now he changed locations, so it was last time that we got to shoot on that studio. Fortunately, I love that place.
Yeah.
And Misha, who is the gaffer, she is very used to the materials over there. So we and so why we want to separate them into, like two different worlds. Basically, it's just a big wall, and we put Andres over here and Christine over here. So on the other side, like as the during the day, since Andres just had like a chair, I was just like, well, how about we use the couch? So the couch was the last on addition. The couch wasn't even thought about. The little like mannequin on the back as well. So
Yeah.
production design was simple, but was improvised on the day to see what we had on the studio and what it could, bring. The only thing that we thought about was the ballerina box. So that was painted to look like Christina as well.
Yeah. No, it's a great idea. And then you had him, I guess he's in a suit, right? He's performing, contrasting
Yeah.
her, right?
Yeah, I needed both of them to not wear black. Like at the end of the day, because I knew the wall was going to be black. I knew the light was going to be dark because I've been
Yeah.
working with Misha quite a lot. And Misha loves to do like a hard shadows on the actors. And I'm like, well, do I need a collar? Like I need to see you on the stage.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it was a whole when she breaks down and she feels like a little, like doll on the couch. That it was also, something that we came up on the day because I'm like, I wish I could see some visuals of how does that feel in your body, you know, like bring like a difference of like why, you know, the story is it's written down the actions, but how do we see that on screen? How do we translate that?
Yeah. So yeah, great job. It's just a very effective 5 minute film, right? So this is your first film that you directed yourself.
Yes.
How's it feel?
Oh, amazing. I mean, Kristina, when she came to me with the script, she asked me if I could direct this because our teachers used to tell me, not even just, here in LA, but back in Brazil as well, like you're a great actress, like don't get me wrong, but you should be a director because you do have the vein for that, and not a lot of people that have that. And I didn't know if that was a compliment or an insult at the time,
Yeah.
for my
You
acting
see the big
career.
picture. You just don't see your role. You see the whole thing, right?
I see the whole thing. And and when Christina came, she was like, I remember the teacher was telling you this, like that you should be a director. So you want to direct this? And I'm like, well, I mean, falling like this on my lap, like, yes, I will do that, like let me try. And thank you so much for the trust, like Kari, Christina, like it's a blessing to be around, and now we have plans to do something else as well together. So it's the, a partnership that is gonna probably go forward, like many titles. So that's awesome. I'm very thankful for both of them.
That is awesome. So you guys met in Brazil, all the way back in Brazil.
Oh,
At
I've
school here in LA.
yeah.
Okay, gotcha. You actually teacher, but you guys are both from Brazil though.
No, no.
I'm
Um,
Brazilian.
yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I totally but you guys met. Okay, gotcha. Okay, sorry. And then you guys are gonna work together again?
Yes.
What's
She's
the next
also
project?
directing again.
What's the next project?
It is called Invisible Strings. This one is gonna be longer than the duet. And this one is about two young girls that meet each other unexpectedly, and we kind of see their connection grow as the story progresses, and we also see them as people grow as well. It's a coming of age story.
Gotcha. And then yeah, so you guys are just gonna because yeah, Gica seems to be proficient. She's always like doing something, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm also learning a lot from her as well. Yeah.
So how would so then it's good. It's doing well on the festival circuit. Are you guys happy with the awards it's won and the traction it's getting?
And
Oh
we've
yeah,
been to
for
nine
sure.
film festivals. And
Yeah.
that's been like, you're, I remember telling them like, please let's go to the Wild Sound. Like I know
Yeah.
Master, like I've been doing this like for a long time. And I love this festival. I love how you guys, like I love the audience feedback. I love how you guys do so well, like put it into distribution on Vimeo. We have this podcast, we have the interview. We finished our questions as well. So we could be sending that back to you. And it's just an opportunity to show what, artists are capable of doing. And
Mhm.
that is something that I think, like it's just so great. Like I remember telling Christina and Kari at the end of the movie when it was done, like, let's put it into festivals. And I know it costs, like to submit. But to see a poster with laurels and be like, wow, we took care of this, like people saw that. We put it into the world, like it's into like actual movie theaters. It feels like it's complete, like it feels like something it's a piece. So Wild Sound is actually our last festival, and after we're
Oh,
done with the
wow.
yeah,
Yeah.
we're done with the festival run. So this movie has been around for a year in
Yeah.
festivals. We've been to Spain and we've been to around mostly around the United States and now Canada. So that's awesome.
Yeah. That's great. Yeah. And so yeah, because you emailed me. I remember you emailed me. I have another film and yeah. Yeah, and then yeah, that's so great. And then we showed your film at the Carl, like your other film they did at the Carlton last year, right? About 6 months ago.
Yes, the Project Lost See, that was so great. Like I was so happy I messaged Marco. I'm like, Marco, we're in the movie here again.
Yeah,
And it's just great, like I was like I've been telling all my friends like I want to go to Canada, like to visit again. Like I've been to Vancouver and I love the place. I love the scenery, and it feels like taking care of art. Like I worked as a director after Christina. Like I met a producer that didn't do anything with the movie that we did together. Like I finished the cuts, but they didn't want to send it to festivals or put it out there.
hmm
And it's just like like So but it's always great to be around people that, value what they do and want to show and share and are proud of what they made,
Yeah.
even if it's not perfect or, it's not, like, oh, a long movie. It's just 5 minutes for that we did with her, like blood, soul,
Yeah.
and veins and bones. So it's nice.
Yeah. There's on the review that we did for you, I added the picture of you guys on set, everybody's on set, and you can see that like it's a small play, it's a small kind of set, and what the magic you're making there, and like everybody's kind of working together, kind of making this film, right? And it's just not about the three. Of course, you guys are the main parts, but it's like you could see that there's a lot of creativity happening on this set to make this film, right? So, congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, well, let's talk again when you guys make your next film, either together or again or separate. I'd love to see you guys all again. I really appreciate your time.
You too.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
Have a good
so
day.
much.
You too.